So what does the delete button actually do right now? Delete button calls remove current note, makes a copy of notes out of state, searches for one with the ID that matches this.state.currentNote.id. Instead, we want to match the one out of the URL, right? We've already established that in main, we can't see that. We can't see match params ID. So I think now we need to actually pass the note into remove current note. So it's not current note anymore. It's just whichever note you pass in. So I think we need to do something like this, like remove note and actually pass a note in as an argument. And I suppose you could name that current note if you wanted. So we'll name this current note. Still make a copy of this. And now when you're searching through, you'll want to compare the ID of each one to the ID of this one. So not this.state.currentNote.id, but current note ID. If you don't find it, I mean, if you do find it, take it out of the array and reset state. And reset current note is not a thing anymore. We don't really need to do that. Reset current note. And that's the only place it's used, probably. But we'll take care of that in a minute. Okay. So what should it do? What else should it do? Remove current note. Instead of resetting current note, what should it do? Change the URL back to just /notes, right? That's basically the same thing as setting it back to a blank note. So if it did find the one we're trying to delete, we set state, and then we do a this.props.history.push /notes. So go back to the URL of a blank note. So it's called remove note now, not remove current note. So when we pass it down to, here's our form props. Instead of remove current note, it's remove note. So back down in note form. It's not remove current note anymore, it's just remove note. So change it there, change it here. But now I need to actually pass in an argument. So I'm going to turn this into an arrow function that calls remove note, passing in the current note, which now is this.state.note inside note form. So remove note, this.state.note. Let's see. Deleted. URL changes, click trash. URL changes again, and it goes away. And we can test this like 30 times because we got 30 on one of notes. Oh yeah, works. Let's just scroll this right up here. Deleted, 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 deleted. Yeah, that button, I tell you, does good things, that button. Very fond of this button. I think it's one of the finest buttons we've made in this class. Yeah, buttons. Probably should have just deleted them all on Firebase and started from scratch. But where's the fun in that? Ooh, we managed to make one blank. How did we pull that off? Must have backspaced over it or something. Whew. All right. Now these notes are all high quality notes. All right. So redirect appropriately after deleting a note. Oops.